There we go. We're all live now. We're ready to go. Want to
Sound.
introduce it? What about introducing it? Hello, everybody.
Not really, mate. We're here for the watch along.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Everton v Leicester. And Paul's got Sheffield United. I've been busy, Paul. We've both been pretty busy. I haven't had time to see the lineups yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm checking them now. I know we've made a lot of changes. So I know we've got a lot of changes actually at the back, I think. I'll just double check, but let's have a little ganderish, see what we've got going on with the team. So we've got we've got Telles playing, so Shaw's not. So yeah, it's De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Axelton, Zaber, Maguire, Telles, Pogba and Matic in midfield with Greenwood, Fernandes, the overrated Fernandes, Martial, and then Rashford up top. So bit of a change round.
Do you think he's overrated?
What, Fernandes? No, not at all. Yeah. I think he's. I don't know what else he has to do to prove it. To be honest, you know what I mean.
During this live, Paul, sporadically, I'm going to talk to you about your top 10 players of the Premier League so far this season.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a bit. We'll get the games underway first, and we'll see. But it's at Goodison Park, and because of coronavirus, the away teams get changed in the dugout behind the ground in a little porta cabin or something. Just seeing the players coming out now. I'm a bit. I was talking to my mate at work about this one today, and I'm a bit anxious. I'm not usually anxious about Leicester games, because let's be fair, we've been amazing. So I expect us to go out and win every game, and I expect us to win this one. Yeah. However, I'm just a little bit. It's Everton. I know they've dropped off their form a bit, but they've got something about them.
You say that though, you know, if Everton win their games in hand, which I actually think you will beat them today, genuinely. But if they did, they would go on to 38 points, which is the same as what you're on right now. So I don't think they've dropped off that much. So I think you are right to feel a little bit anxious about it, because as I said, they are obviously a side who can do you damage. And
top manager, they've got some decent players in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, because we're away from home as well. I know that we've picked up our form at home, but I'm gonna go 3-1 Leicester.
Yeah. I think you'll beat them, but I think it'll be more like 2-1 rather than 3-1. I think it'll be a closer game for you guys. Is Vardy playing?
No, he's not. He's not playing.
Yeah, so I think it'll be 2-1. With our game, with the changes he's made a little bit, I still think we're obviously too much for Sheffield United. We've got to be. If we're supposed to be challenging for this title, which obviously there's question marks still over it, but if we're going to be basically challenging, you need to be beating these sides. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win, because I actually like look at the back four. I'm not a massive fan of Martial, to be quite honest. So a bit disappointed he's come back into the side, to be fair. I would have preferred Cavani to be playing. But yeah,
just while it's so, Everton have gone Pickford, Holgate, Mina, Keane, Godfrey, Rodriguez, Gomez, Davis, Dignot, Richarlison, and Big Dom up top.
That's a good side, isn't it?
I mean, even the bench they've got a good bench. They've got Sigurdsson on the bench, Bernard, Alex Iwobi. We've gone Kasper Schmeichel, Castagna, Fofana, Evans, Justin, back four. Then you've got Ndidi, Albright, Tillemans, Maddison, and Barnes will play in the middle. And Jose Perez up top. Again, our benches, we've got players on the bench. We've got players who can do bits.
What's your? I don't get a chance to talk to you much about obviously Leicester or stuff like that, because we obviously have our group calls, but they're sort of overrun sometimes.
David.
Yeah. But like, what do you think of Perez? because I never thought he was a good player, basically, Newcastle. To be honest, I was surprised you signed him.
I always think he's one game from bang. He's always what for me. I just think right today he's going to come out and score 3 goals. He's going to get 2 from outside the 18-yard box. Like I always think today's the day, and then half an hour in, he's not doing it. 45 minutes in, he's not done anything. 60 minutes, he gets brought off, put on Iheanacho when he gets his opportunity. But I always think I don't know. I've been thinking that for too long now. I feel the same about Iheanacho. I feel like he can come on and do bits, but he just never does. So, I
think Iheanacho is very much a squad player for you guys. I don't think he's ever going to be able to hold down that top spot. And hopefully he'll prove you wrong one day, but he's got age on his side, though, isn't he? He's still a young lad, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We've just got underway.
Yeah, same here. So we just got control of the ball. Fernandez has just put his first ball forwards. Martial actually ran forwards for a bit, so that's might be his running done for the game. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I think he's got a point to prove, to be fair, Martial. So he might actually see something today. But
I've been very open about it. I spoke to you about it recently, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was speaking to someone about it the other night as well. Martial's a sort of player. I mean, you disagreed with me on this, but I reckon he's a sort of player we need to go out and buy.
Yeah, I think he could flourish if he's being made.
You disagreed with me, Paul, and said that we need someone better than Martial.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I don't think he is good enough. I think you're at a point now where you should be signing players who are consistent, and I wouldn't put Martial in that. And I think what annoys me about the way we play him is they bump Rashford out. So what they do is they accommodate Martial for Rashford, and I think that's like one of the worst things because Rashford's quite clearly a lot more talented. I think talent is the wrong word. I think Martial's talented. I just don't think he's got the work rate. And to be fair, at this moment he's literally gone down and he looks in a lot of pain on his shoulder. I think he might have done some damage to his shoulder. So we might be seeing Cavani coming on within
just while we're waiting on that, just talk to me about, because we had a conversation, Paul, and we spoke for about an hour. But just talk to me about the calibre of player that you think Leicester should be attracting.
Well, this is going back a few years, but I still think you're at that point now. I think it's set you back. But we had the conversation around that when you won the Premier League, you should have been basically going after the players which were, well, the players you went after, and this is the honest opinion we had, or I had, was that when you signed, like, say, Mendy that season, and you went after, you got Salami that season, you would have signed those if you would have finished 10th. I don't think you would, or even 8th or 10th. They were Everton signings, ironically. But because you won the Premier League, you should have been going after basic players who, I mean, looking back on the players at that point, the only ones I can give you an example of, people like Werner, for instance, now, you should have been going after those sort of players because, for Christ's sake, you won the league. Do you know what I mean? You're going into the Champions League. It's not as if you didn't have the money backing you up. You've got obviously the money behind you, and by signing the players you did, it kind of set you back a little bit.
Ooh, little chance there. Maddison's got the ball down the right hand side. He's managed to pull it back. Barnes managed to step in front of his man, and I mean, he's blue for. I don't know what he's blue for. I think he's given a free kick against Barnes, but Barnes managed to get the shot off near post. Decent save from Pickford. He's given a foul. I'm not sure it's a foul. I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, sorry for interrupting.
No, it's all right, man. That's what we're here for, watching the game. But yeah, I just think that was Leicester's moment, and then you're not fortunate to be back in a position because you've got Jamie Vardy and you've got the players who are backing him up now as well. But it set you back a few years, and this is the moment now you need to start looking at it, because if you want to stay where you are and maintain where you are, you've got the great youth side of it working now. You've got these younger players coming through, but you've got to supplement it now. We've got
a free kick now. It's on the edge of the 18-yard box, but it's near the corner flag. It's Barnes involved again. he's drawn the foul from Richarlison. Richarlison, he doesn't look up at. It's a definite foul. Maybe it's a bit of frustration. I know it's early on. He made one slide tackle. The first one was a foul, I think, but the second one was definitely a foul. So we've got a free kick. It's very close to being a corner. We're not great from corners, but Maddison's over it. Just give me a second while we take the free kick.
Just while you're waiting for that, we've got complete dominance at the moment. Martial's back on. Pogba's flexing himself in midfield.
It's Whitfield, doesn't beat the first man.
They're not.
Never does it? It's all the way back to Casper now.
Yeah,
Martial's all right, is he?
Yeah, he's on. He's had the ball, basically trying to run into the box. We've just been playing around their box, really keeping the ball, just put it out. But I think this is it's obvious going to be that sort of game where they're going to sit deep, try and hit us maybe on the counter, if they can do, really. Why do you? This is a big enigma this year, isn't it? Why do you think Sheffield United are so poor this year compared to last year?
Honestly, because I predicted it.
You did?
I said they'd finish bottom. I said they'd get a record low points tally. But I think it's because they've been worked out. They have that that style of play, which is pretty unique, in which they're sort of very attacking, but Leeds do it better. They're that sort of. They have the defenders, the centre backs overlapping the midfielders, and any team with a bit of anything about them can just work around that. They've been worked out. I don't doubt Wilder's credentials. They've just not got the players for the Premier League. They don't have the players. You could talk about McBurney, but they just don't have the players.
Here's me thinking it was Dean Henderson, but he left and it crumbled around him. It was that important to him.
Well, could be.
Yeah, I agree. I think last year they were skating on it. They have momentum. They're playing obviously well. Bit like Liverpool this year, eh? They had momentum last year.
Well, Marcus said, shout out to Marcus. Marcus said that Man United could score 10 goals today. How likely is that?
I don't think we would. I don't think we're set up to sort of do that today. I think it's one of these games where if we can get in early, or we're in behind the back, no. So Fernandes basically, it was a long ball in, ironically. Fernandes took it down, but there was too many Sheffield United defenders around him, so it was a really hard ball to take down. But I don't know. It's one of those things with United when they've seemed to have sorted it out to a point, but our home form, a bit like Leicester's, has been absolutely shocking compared to obviously our away form. We were unbeaten away, but we've seemed to move past it. But I don't know. We still have this slight problem where we can't break down sides who sit deep, not as easily as teams that come at us. I'm not a big fan of Matic anymore, and he's playing today, and I don't understand why he's probably playing, because he stands there. But that's an opinion. He doesn't sort of do anything for us anymore. Yeah. He's like a big wardrobe, isn't he?
What's your thoughts on Pogba? Is he playing?
Yeah, he's playing. He's started off pretty well again. He is a player. I mean, at the end of the day, the guy's won a World Cup. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though when I mean he's a player, he is a player. He's a good baller. Do you know what I mean? And,
Pogba's a baller, mate. Don't make no mistake of it.
Yeah,
he is. Don't get me wrong. He's not in my top 10 this season so far, but he is one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, when he wants to be, when he can be, and
the guy's won the World Cup. The guy can come on and change games for you. Like one man, he can come on, he can change games. He's not in my top 10. I don't know if you've even done yours, Paul, but he's not in my top 10. He's not in my top 15. I don't know how many players I wrote down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You've actually written them down. Jesus.
I wrote 16 players down. Don't get me wrong. They're not in a list. I've just wrote 16. Oh, we'll have a free kick for that. Yes, we will. Right on the edge of the box. This is a perfect shot, Chance. if anything, it's a bit too close. It's Barnes again. He's on fire, mate.
Yeah, he's electric, isn't he? He's
on fire today so far. Who is it that's brought him down? It's Yerry Mina that's brought him down, and it's right on the edge of the box. Maddison's lining one up. It'll be a minute or two before they take it.
Yeah.
But Barnes is picking the ball up in sort of 10 yards inside to their half, and he's just running at defenders, and the pace that he's got.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not going to go around all the defenders and score a goal because that's not what he's about. But what he will do is he'll draw a foul. He'll win as a free kick.
Yeah. That's as important as basically going around players, to be fair. So
yeah,
just a bit of a shout out. We go
Maddison straight at the wall. I mean, he's lifted the ball about three yards off the ground. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's like he's not tried to go over the wall. He's not tried to go under the wall. He's obviously tried to go through it. No, I don't like it.
Evening, Danny.
Evening, Danny.
We're just being a bit careless at the moment. So what I'd say is we've got plenty of the ball. When Van Bissaka hitting the ball in, when the second shot, literally Rashford was inches away from making it 1-0. So first time really, Van Bissaka crosses it, basically puts it in. So great ball basically from left to right. I think that was Rashford. So Rashford actually put it out to Van Bissaka because he started it off, came in, and it was just. This is a warning point, I think, for Sheffield United. Shame.
We've just had the stats on the screen, and 10 minutes in, we've had 80% possession.
Wow.
Everton have offered absolutely nothing. And when they get the ball, they lose it straight away. They've came nowhere. I don't think I've seen Casper.
That means
it's early days.
Yeah.
But it's looking.
How's Rodriguez been? Because obviously he's a bone of contention, isn't he? James Rodriguez. He's the fact that he went to Everton and I know he started off the season quite well, but has he got in the game at all, or is he?
No. But I'm not going to sit here and slate him because Vardy can be out the game for 85 minutes and score the winner. We have that player in our own team, so
yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and slate Rodriguez because he can do bits. Leicester coming into the box again. It falls for Barnes. He's had a shot. He's straight at the defender though. Leicester look dangerous. We look dangerous, and Everton they're flapping.
We just look like we're just waiting for something to happen at the moment. We're sort of Sheffield United. This could be a bit of a frustrating game for us if we don't get a handle on this. We're making little sort of mistakes here and there, poking balls forwards. Martial's on the ball now, slips over. There again. I suppose Rashford's not been caught offside yet. How many times was he caught offside against Liverpool?
I don't know. I only watched the second half. I was pretty hungover.
You were up till quite late there, weren't you?
Well, yeah, we watched the fight, me and Lewis and Jack.
I don't think we saw Jack till well into the afternoon. So, just a quick one for stats again. So, we've had a stat come up. So, first 13 minutes in, we've had 82% possession. So, that's a massive, obviously, possession.
What is it? Whatever we can do, you can do better.
Apparently so.
We're playing against Everton. There's a bit of a different opponent. Hit that, Maddison. Chance. Oh, that's close. That is close. It's gone over, but tell you what, typical Maddison sort of area. It's on the left-hand side of the pitch, just outside the 18-yard box. He's tried to whip it in top right. Pickford's not getting there. Let me see. If that's on target, Pickford's nowhere. I mean, he's waving his arms about. He looks scared, but he's probably missed by about 2 yards.
Just to sort of so Matic just became the wardrobe again, but basically passed the ball forward, put Greenwood in trouble. Greenwood tackled in. It could have been a yellow card, to be fair. It wasn't so early, and I think it would have been. just careless. Just
Leicester are playing a very high press. Everton are trying to pass the ball out from the back, and every time they're losing the ball inside their own half at the minute. I mean, I don't know if there's any Everton fans watching, but let us know, because I'd be worried if I was an Everton fan watching this.
Sheffield United on the attack. First attack goes in. Still there. Still in the box. And Pogba comes across and tackles inside his own box. And that's nice and cool. Gets fouled. Free kick to United. So that's where Pogba's been massively different in the last sort of 4 or 5 games. He's doing the defensive side of the game as well. So he's suddenly gone from where you're going to play Pogba to actually he can play all over now. It's like he wants to suddenly start. I think that's the problem with it. When we're going back to the Pogba situation, yeah, he's a great player. We know how good he is, but it's his application, isn't it? It's wanting to turn up every week to do it. And to be fair, he hasn't really had. I suppose you come into United to win things. If you're Pogba, you come into United to win things. And he wants to come back.
Everton have just had their first chance. They've now got a corner, but it's whipped in from the left-hand side.
Oh, wait a minute. Sheffield United on the attack. Sheffield United coming forward. Billy Sharp has a go. De Gea stays at his feet. That is the best chance. They were through on goal there, mate. Through on goal.
Everton's first attack. It came down the left-hand side.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Right, it was whipped in. Richarlison's took it off with Dominic Calvert-Lewin's head. Calvert-Lewin was definitely in a better position. But they got a corner. And from the corner, they've passed it short. And they've got a shot off. And Kasper's sort of made a wild punch at it. He's managed to punch it clear, but he's sort of punched it straight out towards, like, the other goal. I mean, obviously nowhere near, but that direction. It left the 18-yard box. It fell to Tom Davis, who just smashed it over with his left foot. But that was Everton's first chance. It's 15 minutes into the game.
Just checking. United on the attack again. Rashford. Basically fouled by Rashford. Bit over the top, really. But Billy Sharp, yeah, he had a really, really good opportunity here. He was onside. Came through. If it was Jamie Vardy, he would have scored that. That's how good the chance was.
But is Billy Sharp, and is Billy Sharp good enough for the Premier League?
Well, no, I think that's a simple answer, isn't it? Really, Billy Sharp shouldn't be playing, shouldn't be starting up front for them. He's one of those players where he'll score the odd goal here and there, and in the Championship, he's probably a great striker, but he's never ever done it, has he? Whenever he's come up. He's always struggled, and he's getting to that age now. He's what, near enough mid-30s, I think, is now Billy Sharp. Or have I got that wrong? Been around for a while, anyway, hasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely up there. We'll make it easy. We'll do the top 10, and we'll start with. Oh, that's a mistake there. Castanha's tried to play a back pass to Kasper. And he's just fluffed it, and he's hit it out for a corner. Corner Everton. But we'll do the top 10 players in Premier League so far this season. And we'll go from, if we was doing it live properly on this, we'd start at 10 and work our way down. But we'll start at 1 and work our way up. Okay. Who would you have as the best player so far this season?
It's a tough one because I don't think anyone's really stood out. I think they've kind
really?
of gone. Yeah, I do think that you're talking about. I think the usual suspects there.
Three players.
Go on, then.
For me, it's between 3 players. Chance for Everton. It's played in low. It's poor. It's cleared. For me, it's between 3 players. Bruno Fernandes, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. And I don't like Harry Kane, but as much as I don't like him, his stats this season have been silly. I don't know how many games he's played now, but he's on something like 11 assists and 10 goals or something.
Yeah, the thing about Harry Kane is that Mourinho's solved that problem with Harry Kane, where instead of just playing him as an out-and-out striker,
he wouldn't be able to get him to play.
Yeah, what he has done, he's dropped him back, hasn't he, into more of a number 10. So he's managed to get more out of him.
And also, because he's starting to pass the ball a bit now, he's brought in Son, and Son has been on fire this season. So for me, it's between those three players and Bruno. Anybody that says Bruno, okay, he probably is overrated. Everton chance.
That's awful. Pogba's just literally passed it straight to a Sheffield United player.
But Bruno changes games. And you ain't going to sit here and... I mean, the guy's got... How many goals has he got?
Was he on 12, I think, this season? I think I'll just double check. He's our top goal scorer anyway. He's our top goal scorer by far. So,
but don't tell me they're all penalties, because you've had 5 penalties, isn't it? 6 penalties?
Yeah, they're not all penalties. In fact, we're on actually the most... There's a thing about we've had the most penalties we haven't actually. I think Leicester have. So it's sort of like... But...
Yeah.
It's that argument that doesn't mean that, especially nowadays with VAR, that doesn't mean that basically those penalties are mistakes. It just means that we're running more in behind. It means we're attacking more potentially to put those defenders in that position.
He's not happy. Refs give a foul throw. It was an Everton throw, and apparently he's lifted his leg up. Premier League player getting paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and you go and giving away a foul throw.
Well, I never get that. You know, when they do that, I just think, oh my God, how do you actually do that? How do you... It's just, yeah, it's insane. I don't understand it.
So I'm going to put, on the basis that United are higher than Tottenham at the minute, I'm going to put Bruno as the league's current best player this season.
I've been accused of being biased, so this is why I haven't just basically put Fernandes up there, because if I did, then I'll just... To me, if I was hand on heart, yeah, I agree. I think he is, but I'd go with Bruno Fernandes. I think actually, because I've just double checked the stats of the other person I was going to put in there, and actually he hasn't played that well this year stats wise. But yeah, I'd put Bruno in there as well. I think he's my top player.
Oh, that's a high foot against Leicester. Jose Perez. I don't know why.
Sheffield United have got a corner here. Just to let you know. Oh my God! It's 1-0 Sheffield United. Sheffield United.
It's
scored.
not.
It is. They've just scored.
Wow. Brian. Who was it?
Brian scored it. It was from a corner. De Gea is like, what's happened? Ollie looks obviously unhappy. This might actually wake United up. So the only thing I would say with this is that they just might wake up. It was awful defending, really. Just checking it out now. Yeah, it goes over 2 United players, Telles and Tukuseba. Just basically comes off. Obviously, they missed a header, and it comes down. De Gea is sort of, yeah. To be fair, the only thing I will say is that De Gea was being pushed in the back, but I don't think it'll get overturned. I think VAR will keep it. It would be, it'd be unfortunate. It'd be unfair for Sheffield United. But yeah, Man United's like nil. Sheffield United 1. Might get a game now.
Just while that was happening, James Rodriguez had a free kick 35 yards out. It was crossed in, but came to nothing, thankfully. So number 2, I'm going to go with... I'm going to put... No, I'm not actually. Yeah, I am. Fuck it. I'm going to put Kane number 2, and Son will take my 3rd spot.
See, I would go with Harry Kane for my number 2, because I think the new position he's playing, as he was going to be my player. He was actually my 3rd choice originally, but I've just realised how well he's played in that number 10 position, how well he's been playing with Son. So I'd put him as my number 2. My other player I'd put basically in number 3, you've not said him yet, and is Kevin De Bruyne. I still think he's a class above everybody else.
He's my number 4.
Yeah. Even though he's not had his electric season this year, he has pulled that Man City side through, and he is now, without doubt, their best player. There's nobody else that comes close to him in that team now, in my opinion. But yeah, I'd go with him being number 3. Number 4 for me is Ruben Dias at the back.
That high? Yeah. That high?
Yeah, I think
Ruben Dias.
Yeah, I think
he's in my list.
Yeah,
he's in my list, but he's not number 4.
The reason why I put him at number 4 is he's a player who's new to the league, and you can simply see how good a player is with how he makes the player next to him play just as well. And if you look at how well John Stones is playing this season because of Ruben Dias, that's why I place him that high. He's been phenomenal this year.
Everton have started to play a bit now. Last few minutes, it's been more Everton. They've just had a chance. It was played in low. Evans dealt with it very professionally, let's be fair. Very calm, collected. But Everton have started to play a bit.
I'd like to say that we've woken up. We haven't yet. Sheffield United have just sat back into their standard formation again. We're playing it around the box an awful lot. Fernandes just having a shot now straight at Ramsdale. Oh, sorry, Greenwood straight at Ramsdale. I don't know. I suppose basically we're going to be extremely unlucky if we don't get the result out of this. I think it could be worse. Sheffield United could have scored in the last 10 minutes and then we'd be struggling with that. But we just not seem to have woken up. We're just one of those games where I think they've kind of come into it expecting to win. Yeah, we're just
my number 5 is difficult. I'm going to give my number 5 to Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
That's not a biased thing. That is simply because at his age, he's still got it. He's on fire. And he changes games. We spoke about it before, Paul. Even when he doesn't score, he draws out defenders, which allows the space for Barnes, Tielemans, Maddison. He's just got that bit of aggression about him, and I love the fact he hates opposition. He hates the opposition's goalkeeper. He hates the opposition's fans. He's just got that bit of anger about him. And I love that.
Yeah, again, I know to be fair, I mean, it's not really that hard, is it? Really, he's got it. I agree with you with that. He's my what we are number 5 now.
5.
Yeah, he's got to be basically in that 5. Jamie Vardy's got to be in the top 5. Never mind, basically putting him as 5. But yeah, I'd put him in there as well. The guy's phenomenal. He's like an Energizer bunny, isn't he? Just keeps on going. And normal players, you think, well, they get to sort of mid-30s, they might slow down. I don't know if Vardy will do. I think he's going to keep on going.
My number 6, for the same reason, he's just got that chance Leicester into the box. No, where are we going with it? No, nothing's happening. And DD's got it now.
Yeah, nothing happening there either.
Back to Tielemans. Tielemans gone out wide. Maddison inside for Barnes. Barnes. Oh, no, mate. Just give it away.
It's a corner for United. Fernandes hits it in. Yes. Or Ramsdale drops it. It's a goal. No disallowed. Martial puts it in, but Ramsdale. Bit suspect.
Allowed? Are they going to look at it?
They're looking at it now. VAR are looking at it. I think there's a bit of suspicion here that it's not. but keepers get protected. Personally, I don't think it is. Depends on where they look, which phase they're looking at it, to be honest. But if you're talking about what's jumping up, I think it's really harsh if this gets disallowed. We'll see what's happening.
I've not seen it, but keepers are protected. I'm going to say it's not a goal. Everton chance, it's a goal.
They scored.
It's a goal. James Rodriguez, of course it is. I told you, Paul.
I voodooed it by basically saying it, didn't I? I turned around and said that he was going to.
It's a decent goal. Right? Casper's left standing. James Rodriguez, he receives the ball from, is it Digna? And James Rodriguez tried to knock it into the box for Calvert-Lewin. Fofana clears it, but it falls straight back out to Rodriguez, who it just makes Leicester's defenders look poor. He takes one touch with his left foot to put it on his right boot, and he's just bent it top right corner. It's hit the post and gone in.
Nice goal then.
Yeah, not many complaints. Just the poor defending, man. I don't like that.
You know, yeah,
he's been on top.
Yeah, I just like to say it's not. That wasn't a goal. Ramsdale got lucky with that, in my opinion. It does my head in basically with goalkeepers. They sort of get so much protection. Right, Rashford running forwards. It looks like he's on a mission here. Martial lays off an awful ball to him, though. To be fair, just as you can see, I'm not a massive fan of Martial. I think he's. I don't understand why Ollie would stick him in. Not when Cavani's getting some fitness now and he's starting to play.
Leicester have got a free kick. It's 40 yards out, but we're loading the box. Everton are really deep. We played it short. It's just poor. It's just not good enough.
Sounds like they both need a wake-up call at this point. An interesting thing. What the guys have said on TV that one goal was given, one goal wasn't. They're claiming that the push on De Gea was just as much as the Ramsdale one. So they're actually saying that if you give one, then you've got to give the other. But clearly that's not the case. They've just turned around and. I mean, the chance is gone now. We've got to basically create another one. But
does Marie think it was a foul?
Marie, do you think it was a foul? The goalkeeper on there. Who are you watching? Yeah, did you think it was a foul? No, she didn't think it was a foul either. So, yeah.
Who does she support?
Well, this is a bone of contention. I think she follows United because of me, but she is a Leicester City fan. I think deep down, aren't you? Yeah, she's a Leicester City fan. Okay. So, to be fair, I've done well to get her across from rugby because she was a massive Tigers fan when she was younger. So we have to get rid of the rugby. When they were good, yeah. Yeah, because they're terrible now, aren't they?
Yeah.
As in, like, not even terrible. It's another. I never quite get that though. To switch it to another sport with rugby, I think what ruined it for me was that when there's an international competition on in rugby, or if you've got the best players, they all bugger off to this obviously this competition, national competition, but then you carry on still playing. I mean, how's that even fair? It's like we've got the best players. Goodbye. You know what I mean? It's like no. Imagine that was in football. Imagine they did that. In football, they just wouldn't call up with it. They'd fake an injury or something, like Ryan Giggs. Yeah, an easy one nowadays, isn't it?
My number 6, for the same reason I've got Vardy there. He's scored a lot of goals this season. He's scored a lot of goals last season and the season before that. Mo Salah.
Yeah. I agree to a point, but I'm going to switch it around with that. I'm going to put Son at my number 6.
Yeah.
Because I've not picked him yet. I think Son's had a better season than Salah. Obviously, you've already put him in, but whether Sheffield United look like they're on the attack, then I'll just wait for this one. It's going to come in as a cross. It's been defended well, so offside actually. But yeah, I would go with Son, and then I'd go with Salah as number 7.
Okay, my number 7 is Jack Grealish.
I think they're going to be following a similar sort of suit, mate.
Where would Grealish suit? Or should he stay at Villa?
I think actually, and I'm not just saying this, I'm gutted we didn't sign him, because he's that sort of player who would flourish at a team where there's expectation. I think he's that style of player who needs that challenge, where he's got that arrogance about himself, hasn't he, where he could flourish. So if you're gonna put two players an example, so you take Jack Grealish and you take Wilfried Zaha, yeah, they're both very, very talented. They're both basically players who use the skill, use the pace, or whatever you want to call it. They use their natural ability. But Zaha's personality, he would struggle at sort of like a club where there's expectation. And that's got nothing to do with what he did with us originally, because he was too young and he was doing naughty things with Moyes' daughter, wasn't he? So, but Grealish himself would flourish in that. Grealish is that good of a character that if say Barcelona or Real Madrid came in for him, he'd be able to go and play there. There's no doubt with that. Is he good enough to play for someone now? You'd have to wait and see. But I think really, yeah. But
Leicester've got a corner. Keith thinks United are going to win 3-1. If you see in the comments, Paul.
Oh no, I'm not seeing that. Well, it's not going to be 6-0, is it, or 10-0?
Leicester have got a corner. Maddison's gone out to take it.
Got a comment there with obviously Son all day as well. With a comment,
yeah,
obviously, people listening as well with that.
Yeah, but I don't know if that was to say that he was the best player when I said about him being top 3. Yeah,
well, that's come through after the 3-1, so it's just come through. So I'd imagine that's going to be. Going back to Grealish just really briefly, why wouldn't Leicester go for him?
Because it's the same as Maddison. It's the same as Maddison. And then we've got Tielemans, we've got Mendy, we've got Ndidi, we've got Albright, we've got Barnes. We don't need him. We don't need Grealish.
Grealish is a floater, though, isn't he? When Maddison can be more, he can be put into position. He's more disciplined.
I worry about him Grealish being made to look more average in a better team than he's currently in, if you know what I mean. Like, the only reason that I've got Grealish number 7 instead of Maddison, I think, is because of the team that he plays for. I'd rather have Maddison in my England team.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I'd rather have Grealish. I'd rather Grealish in my squad to give you something different.
I'd rather have them both in my starting lineup, but the way that Southgate sets up, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
My number 8 is Ruben Diaz, which you'll be surprised about because it's so far down. But for me, I just think I can name 7 better players than him. That's my only reason for it. I think he's had a great season. It's great to see somebody like that come into the league. He's changed up City. They were a lot more defensive this season. Okay, we hit them for 5. But I do just think that he's changed the way that they play. And
I agree with your reasoning on Ruben Diaz. I just think actually he's better than that. I think Ruben Diaz is, for a player to come in, we talk about like Havertz, or we talk about Werner, we talk about players like that who come in and they're taking a year to basically get used to the league. But Ruben Diaz is very similar to Fernandes in the way that he's come in and he's literally ran with it straight away from the first moment onwards. Going with my number 8, I'd go with Marcus Rashford, because I think the guy is getting some consistency now. when you watch him, he's just getting better and better. He just the world, basically the sky's the limit for him. And as United improve,
I know we're only going through top 10, but like I said, I wrote down 16 players, and not Madison, Rashford got my number 12 spot.
Yeah,
I've just missed out on my top 10.
And then my number 10 is Jack Grealish. That's my number 10. So
who's your number 9?
Oh no, wait a minute. I who's my number 8 then? So basically Rashford. Right. Oh yeah. Okay. Number 9's Grealish then. So I go with Grealish as number 9.
Yeah.
And then it's a tough one for me because I want to. For me, it has got to be a Leicester player. I actually really, 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 really like Harvey Barnes. I think he's an absolutely phenomenal talent. I watch him play, and has he done enough to base?
Let me count now. 1, 2, 3. I wrote down 4 Leicester players. Only 2 of them got into the top 10.
There's a chance for United. No.
Barnes wasn't any of them. We've currently got an injury, and Didi's down. He's been down a while now. But I've wrote down 4 Leicester players. Fofana was like 15th. Tielemans, I put him at 11th. But I've put James Maddison at number 9. He gets my number 9 spot.
And who gets number 10?
My number 10, Danny Ings.
Good shout. Really good shout.
For what he's doing at Southampton, he's consistent with it. Southampton are having a great season. Hasenhüttl's turned him around since we beat him. And Didi might be coming off here. Mendy's getting ready. Mendy's coming on and Didi's going to come off. That's not great news. That ain't great news.
I think Ollie's going to make some change at half time here. I think he's gonna. If I was him, I'd take off. When the Sheffield United through the back line again. Oh, yeah, offside anyway. I would take Matic off. I'd bring Fred on. And because we don't need someone just standing there who can pass it sideways. And actually, I would make a statement and bring Martial. Obviously, and he's not my favourite player anyway. And I'll bring Cavani on. We need someone to be playing against them up top.
Is it right to bring off a striker for a striker if you lose him?
It is basically when the other 2 strikers are playing decent, and you're not going to take Rashford off, and Greenwood basically was playing. Well, he might bring Greenwood off at half time, but Martial's just been, he's been as good as basically has been for the. Do you know he's only scored 1 goal this season in the Premier League?
Who's that?
Martial.
Oh,
so
it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he's not been in form at all. Wan-Bissaka's got the ball now. No, just gives it straight away.
So approaching half time, very much against the run of play we're losing. But for the past 15 minutes, it's been quite even. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's got in behind down the right-hand side. He's turned around and played it backwards. Richarlison in the middle. He's come out to the left-hand side now with Digne. They're just knocking it around us, but inside our final third, they're not really getting any. No, they've gone all the way back.
Do you reckon Everton will try and hit you on the counter now?
No. That's not how you play against Leicester, is it? It's not. What they've got to do now is play possession-based football and stop us from doing anything with it. If you give us the ball and try and play on the counter like that, then we will punish you. It's only a matter of time that we'll punish you by playing that way. Now that you're winning, you need to keep the ball if you're against Leicester. You need to keep the ball as long as possible. Keep us running around because we play that sort of, and we have done this game, is we are putting pressure on. We're playing the high press, and it will not suit us if Everton just keep the ball.
The problem with United, which I'm seeing at the moment, is they are struggling, as in Manchester United, they're struggling to pick out any sort of front pass from anybody. It goes past the halfway line, and it just they are flooding it. They are flooding their defence, but just can't seem to get that final pass in. And I don't know. It's like even Bruno's been subdued, I suppose, is the best word for him at the moment.
I mean, this is a different opposition to our game on Sunday. But on Sunday, we played poor in the first half, was 1-0 down, came out in the second half and blew them away. I'm not saying we've played poor tonight. I feel like for half an hour, we played okay. How is that even right? Tielemans has just got a yellow card for his first foul of the game. Richarlison has made 3 fouls this game, not on a booking.
It's always all about timing, isn't it?
Was it Tielemans? It might have been Justin, actually. Tielemans was just being the mouthy cunt after it. I think it was James Justin.
He's a player as well, isn't he? Justin.
Oh, I love him, mate. I love him.
Yeah.
On FIFA, not so much.
Such shocking play. It's like you get it out to the left-hand side, and I don't know who basically put it in. Was it Tellez? He just hopeful. But this is the problem, though, is that when you're playing my favourite player up front in Martial, you want to cross it into somebody, and he's not that player to be on the end of it.
Yeah.
And
we've got 3 minutes on at the end of the first half.
Yeah, same here. Oh, that's a nasty tackle. First yellow card coming out for Tuanzebe. He's not having the greatest of his games.
I would expect Man United to pull it back. I mean, I'm not watching the game, so I don't know. But if I was just checking my phone and at half-time I saw they were losing 1-0, I would expect them to pull it back in the second half.
There definitely needs to be some words to be said to these guys at the moment, though, because they're not. It's the worst I think I've seen them play this year, basically, since Christmas or since New Year. They're not playing well at all. They look disjointed, I suppose, is the best way of looking at it. It's like they've turned up to the game expecting to maybe get the 3 points and move on. But yeah, it's 45. I've got 45 minutes to turn that around. And you know
Perez
we can do it.
Done nothing. I said to you before the game, today's going to be the day he's going to bang. He's done nothing.
I don't like him. I think I say don't like him. I don't know him personally, so how do I not like him? But I don't, as a player.
I don't like Harry Kane, mate.
Wasn't he on loan at you once? Was he on loan at Leicester?
Yeah.
Because I hear Leicester fans said that they made Harry Kane.
We did.
Out of a test tube, yeah?
You go on loan to finesse your skill, innit? We made that.
So, just quick one. Free kick for Sheffield United. Quite a dangerous position from Tuanzebe. They hit it in. Doesn't sort of come into anything. Hit it straight into the defender. Not a very good...
it's a good effort, Albrighton, but it's saved. Maddison's had a chance. He's hit it with his left foot when it was on his right foot. So he's hit it with his left. Don't know why, but it was a poor shot. Rebounded out to Albrighton. He swung at it, but Pickford's just in the right place. That's all it is. It's not a good save. He was just in the right place. Half-time, 1-0 Everton.
Oh, my God. The frustration of seeing Martial and Matic hit the ball to each other, and then between them they lose it because they can't pass it forwards. It's just absolutely sickening. They just can't be playing. They're not good enough for this side now. Half-time, 1-0. Bottom of the table are beating potentially a top of the table if they were to win. Not a great game so far. But Sheffield United are winning, so for them it's brilliant.
Hi, Dave. How's your teams getting on? We're doing very well, mate. Thank you for asking. What a watch-along we have got for you tonight, me and Paul.
Yeah. Thanks
Lewis,
for coming on at half-time. Yeah, thanks for coming on at half-time, Dave.
Innit? Lewis, I'm going to start messaging the chat asking why you're all on video call. And
Yeah, thanks for the support,
All right,
guys. Thanks for the support.
Can you stick up like a picture or something so that we can go away half time, come back 5 minutes?
Yeah, sure. I can see what we've got. I can stick up that. No, I can't pass. I'm doing really well here, aren't I? Gosh, I've got so many pictures on here. It's like someone's just rammed loads of stuff on here. Highly professional, this one. Oh, Jesus. Where are we? Right, let's stick this on. Let's stick on the Gangster Boys. Watch this, look.
Stand as the battlefield. You come in pieces half of the time. We glue this together if we could rewind. 'Cause I need someone. Should I
stomach the light through the curtains. It's a beautiful day when there's so much fog of pain. There's a broken man in the city, sitting in pity, heartbroken. You know them way there. If grief had teeth, eating away at him in the dark. Swallowed chunks of regret. It spoke to a soul in days. Think I need someone. I need someone, 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 I need someone.
You used to say that you knew me well. The more that I reach out, the deeper we fail. This goes around like the turn of the tide. We're in pieces half of the time.
I need someone.
'Cause I need someone. Should I call you up? 'Cause I need someone. Should I
the night reaching through the curtains. In the city of cameras and eyeballs, I feel like no one hears me. I head opposed to the streets. I hear laughter. Heartbeats of lovers tapping on my window. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Ain't spoke to a soul in days. Think I hear someone through the curtains. My window, you can hear someone through the curtains, knocking on my window.
I call you up, 'cause I need someone. I call you up.
step into the world, into the fray, and we go again, and we go again.
Beckham into Sheringham and Solskjaer has won it! Body away and he's there. Oh, what a goal! Shevchenko misses. It's ended! The European Cup is returning to England and to Anfield. Liverpool are champions of Europe again. Aguero!
The light through the curtains. It's a beautiful day when there's so much fog of pain. There's a broken man in the city, sitting in pity, heartbroken. You know them way there. If grief had teeth, eating away at him in the dark. Swallowed chunks of regret. It spoke to a soul in days. Think I need someone. Think I need someone. one hears me. I head opposed to the streets. I hear laughter. Heartbeats of lovers tapping on my window. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? Ain't spoke to a soul in days. Think I hear someone through the curtains knocking on my window. Think I hear someone through the curtains knocking on my window.
Call you up, 'cause I
Think I need someone.
call you up. 'Cause I need someone. Should I call you up?
Think I need someone.
'Cause I need someone. Should I call you up? 'Cause I need someone. Should I call you up?
First step into the world, into the fray, and we go again, and we go again.
Hello.
Easy, Paul.
Easy. We're back to the second half. Hopefully both teams can turn this around. What's your thoughts on this?
What do you make? Okay. So I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah.
We've had Okay. What do you make of Lukaku and Zlatan? I don't want to delve into that too much because it's not about either game, so we'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll leave that one. Yeah, don't have an opinion right now about that one. So we've started off with the same team. There's been no changes. Hopefully there's going to be a change in the second half of the way they're going to play. This is probably where we show our credentials. We'll see. How's Leicester? If they come out the same team, any changes or?
No changes that I can make. I didn't watch half time. No changes that I can see. We've had an early corner Hey. No. The refs. Okay, Mike Deans gave a goal kick. It looked like a penalty. Well, he's definitely pushed him. I don't even know if VAR can look at this. It's Ben Godfrey. He's pushed Maddison. The ball was seemingly. It didn't look like he was in control of the ball, Maddison, but Godfrey's flew into him. Flew into him is probably not the correct word. He sort of knocked into him. It would be harsh to be given, but I'm a Leicester fan. I want it. It would be harsh.
So
but we've come to the first half and first 2 minutes. It's all Leicester. But
are you missing Vardy?
It's hard to say because Vardy, without having the ball, has a big influence on the game. So you've always missed that sort of thing. A player can withdraw defenders. Even without the ball, he has an influence. So in terms of not having that player on the pitch, yes, Perez has done nothing. He's done nothing.
Yes, he is. Lewis Barnard is here.
Okay.
I think just with this, I think it's either naivety or maybe a creeping. I mean, I wouldn't say this about Ollie, but maybe a bit of arrogance. Oh, wait a second. United are through. Oh, Greenwood's had a great chance. He did all the hard work. The guy who basically can finish has just put his shot wide, but it's a good start for Man United. I think it's certainly from the point of view of Bruno Fernandes showing a bit of quality there. Half turn, pushes it into Greenwood. He just puts it wide. But going back to it, I don't know if it's naivety or maybe a little bit of arrogance that he's put out some of these players he's dropped certain players and playing really, really well. And I don't know. I don't know why you want to change the side up. I know we've got a lot of games coming up, and obviously a big game against Arsenal coming up after this. I think maybe that's probably what he's looking at. The title champions, according to you, Mitch. Yeah, Arsenal.
The 4 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah, but Liverpool 6 points behind. Or is it 7 points behind Man City?
Listen. I mean, Liverpool have got no chance this season.
I'm not saying. I think anyone in the top 10's got a chance to win the league this year.
It's a good save from Pickford. Falls out for Fofana. Oh, he's drilled it wide. Big chance. I mean, well, half a chance. It was a corner played short. It was passed to the edge of the 18-yard box, and it was a little pass played inside, straight through the middle for Barnes. Barnes gets a shot off. Pickford saves it. It fell for Justin, not for Fofana. Fofana was right next to him. I thought it was Fofana that hit it, but it was Justin. So, yeah. Bet he's hit it wide. Just to the right-hand side of the post.
It looks like Sheffield United are playing in your away kit you used to have, the pink one. You used to have a pink away kit at some stage.
Back in a sec. My missus has just asked me a question which requires me to get up and go and check something. So I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, all right. So as we're watching this, obviously Manchester United are trying to get back into the game. Still look a bit flat, to be quite honest. Just a little bit off the pace. Obviously, they're going to be in a situation where you're going to expect them to get at least a couple of goals, but they need to step this up. To be honest, they're not playing well enough, and Sheffield United might be on for an easy 3 points here at this rate.
No, don't write United off.
No, you can't do. They just look a bit different tonight. Oh, straight into the ball, Fernandes. No, Pogba's got it. Oh, awful again. It's a shot by Wan-Bissaka, goes off for a corner. You wouldn't expect Wan-Bissaka to score the goal, but it's just outside the box. Has a shot. Easy save for Ramsdale in the end. Goes out for a corner. It was gone target, to be fair. Kaylee, all right?
Yeah.
Did you show you a picture
Yeah.
of your meatballs?
I did actually, yeah. She asked me to. She video called me when I sent her the picture. So just after I finished the video call with you, she video called me. She wanted me to cut inside them. Chance, it's played in low. Perez has done well there. Oh, he just can't do nothing from that angle. She video called me and wanted me to cut into the meatball to have a look inside. I bought big meatballs like this in it. So when I've put the cheese inside them and then put it together again, the cheese that I got was obviously the small ones.
Yeah.
Probably to get either smaller meatballs or bigger cheese balls. I don't know.
We were talking about it. We're saying maybe we'd put twice as much cheese in it, but it's about how you pack them together. And I think we probably didn't pack them they weren't tight enough. So Sheffield United making an early sub. Brian's coming off, who was the goal scorer. Bogle's coming on. Looking at it, Scott McTominay's got his tracksuit bottoms off, so we might see him coming on. Has to basically be for Matic, I would have thought. He has played at the back for Scotland. You might find he might come out at the back.
So, Paul, I've just been writing some things down.
Yeah.
And this is off the cuff. We haven't spoke about this or anything. But during the first half, we did top 10 Premier League players so far this season.
Yeah.
What I want to do during the second half, just as Barnes gets the ball coming down the left-hand side, plays it back to Justin, played inside for Tielemans, crossing from Tielemans. Oh, Perez just can't get on the end of that.
Because he's
anybody else, Slimani would have definitely got on the end of it. You know, we got rid of that player. So during the second half, I want to go through with you when we get the opportunities to do so. Is the top 10 Premier League managers so far this season.
Okay. Well, starting at number one being the best. Obviously, starting at number one or countdown.
Yeah, no, we'll start with the best again. Okay. Just while we're on the subject, you was asking me how Kaylee is. I just want to give her a massive shout out. Today we've been together for a year, so I don't think she's watching.
Yeah, but you can play this back to her, and she'll appreciate the
because she's going to watch 1 minutes of her watch along. But yeah, for 8 months or so now, we've always been together, and she's not here, which is a bit depressing.
It'll make you, mate. It'll make you.
Oh, you dirty bastard! It's a corner. It probably wasn't a foul.
Sheffield United coming at Man United again. It's hard to sort of like put a finger on this at the moment, but we're definitely still not ticking right. Loads of space there now for Sheffield United to play into. Just look disjointed.
I'm not sure on the stats, but I think this is 115 corners in which we've not managed to score from, but Barnes gets it, and it's not again. No goal, obviously. But we come again, this time down the right-hand side with Castagna. I'll see it back for Mendy.
Oh, he's just left him there. They can have a shot. Oh, what a shot. Outside his box. Boot curled at McGoldrick, but in the end, nowhere near it. To be fair, it's either we're playing that bad to make them look this good, or actually, why is this team at the bottom with so little points? Because they don't look like a team who deserve to be down there at the moment. But again, some of it might be down to obviously us. But I don't think teams get enough credit. You know, when for instance, so when Burnley beat Liverpool, it was very easy to turn around and go Liverpool off the game and not actually say Burnley played well. And this is another one here. McGoldrick's through on goal. Oh my God, he's just blazed that over. He better wish that's offside. It is. But he was through on goal. It must have been offside. Yeah, well offside in the end. But yeah, he didn't know that. And it's an absolutely terrible shot in the end.
It's Perez has won the free kick. It's Richarlison again. That's 4 fouls now. 4 fouls that guy's made, and he's not got a yellow. We've got a free kick. It is 7 or 8 yards behind the penalty spot. It's directly in the middle of the goal, and it's on the edge of the D. Outside the 18. But Maddison's lining it up. It was Perez that won it, so if we score from this, then Perez has finally done something. But to be fair, the foul didn't need to be made because Perez was going nowhere. Even though it's where it is, it's just that sort of area that's too close really to do anything. But everyone's read Maddison's taking a shot. It's straight at the wall. It's hit Richarlison straight in his face. And he deserved that.
Need to sort this out, I tell you. Ollie needs to make a change here. We are literally, he's sitting there and he's trying to think of what he needs to do, but we just aren't on. It's just not happening. There's no movement up front. Players are starting to drop deeper and deeper to try and get the ball. The only way you're going to beat the Sheffield United side is by going back to basics and actually trying to play it. And they're just not doing it. And Sheffield United have now got another corner. Obviously, scored before from the last one. This could be another one. Again, left in the box. But it's gone out for a throw-in.
Leicester have had chance after chance after chance. It's a matter of time before we do punish them.
I wish I'd say the same here. We just don't look like we're going to score at the moment. And that was stupid. So professional footballers catch themselves offside from a throw-in. Just, that must absolutely send Wilder crazy with that.
Who's your number one? Best manager so far this season?
It's a toss-up between two. If I wasn't, it's between Ollie and Brendan Rodgers for me. Between one or the other. I can't split them, to be honest. I'd like to. If I go with Ollie, then basically people are going to say it's because I'm a United fan. If I go for Brendan Rodgers, then yes, I think he is up there. But it's a joint thing for me. I think they're both doing really well with what they've got, other than obviously tonight. Both not where they expected to be. Do I need to make a choice?
But I'd argue with Man United's set of players, Leicester have got a corner, but I'm not optimistic. With Man United's set of players, you expect to be there or thereabouts. You really do. But
do you really think that with what? So at the start of the season, you had a Pogba didn't want to be there.
That
you had people who were.
You played it back to Arsenal.
Yeah, evening, Martin. Yeah, stop it. You'll be like it tomorrow, don't worry.
Who have Liverpool got?
Tottenham.
Oh, yeah. I said I'd do a watch for that, and I might.
So, I've got a free kick. Rashford straight in. Rashford hits it straight at Ramsdale. Just straight down the middle. Yeah, I've got to make a choice. Basically, if I've got to make a choice, then okay, I will go for. I'll go for Rodgers, basically purely because of, you're right, he's getting more out of the team potentially. Being asked for the other scores potentially.
Everton are a dirty side. Both teams, Man United and Leicester, they're both losing 1-0 with 30 minutes to play. I think I called Leicester to win 3-1. I think if Leicester can score in the next 20 minutes, we will win the game. As things stand, I'm probably going to call it 1-1. I can't see Everton scoring again. It's all Leicester. It was in the first for the first 20, 25, 30 minutes. But yeah, I really think that we're going to pull this back. I'm going, on the manager's subject, I'm going to put Brendan Rodgers as the best manager in the league this season so far, in my opinion, with Ole in second.
Just to stop this second, we've got a free kick just outside the box, very much to Bruno Fernandes, sort of his range. We've got Telles as well who can hit this, but I think this is Bruno's all day long. Obviously hit the post last week.
Rodriguez has just been booked. Leicester have also got a free kick in more of a crossing position this time. Tielemans is behind it with Maddison. Tielemans is walking away. Maddison will take it.
Right, so this is about to be taken now. Fernandes hits it, hits the wall, goes straight over, corner kick. Wasn't far off from getting actually over it, but in the end it fizzles out, and it's a corner for Telles to hit in. Cavani finally coming on now. So Solskjaer's finally realised that Martial can't lead the line again. Corner goal, and it's Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire scores from the corner. 1-0, out of jail. Oh. Hopefully he'll still bring Cavani on, because that's it's taken obviously a defender to hit it in. But a great ball in by Telles, and he just gets straight on the end of it. He's had a couple lately, actually, Maguire, where he's hit him over from a similar position. But 1-0. Yeah, Martin, just as you put that, that's really bad timing, isn't it? There you go, Mitch. Yeah, great timing. I bet he loves you putting that now. But yeah, 1-0. I think hopefully this will obviously kick them into gear. If Cavani's coming on, then yeah, definitely. Ancelotti as it stands. Mitch.
I'm not biting. He's in my list. Don't get me wrong. He is in my list.
Yeah. If I'm going for Brendan first, I'm going for Ollie second.
I've done the same. Brendan and then Ole.
Yeah.
You can't argue with what Brendan's done with this Leicester City team. For the past few years, we've seemed like that we're going to break into the top four, and it looks like we might again. I'm not saying we will. I'm saying it looks like we might, as things stand. The bigger picture with the training ground, with the plans to expand the stadium, the young, exciting talent that Leicester have got, it looks so positive. By far, we're the most exciting club in the league right now, in terms of future. And that's a chance. Oh my God, it's another goal. We're getting in behind time and time and time again. This time it was Michael Keane that's made a good challenge to stop Maddison from getting a shot off. But Tielemans makes a great ball in. And time again, we're getting in behind. It's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. This is our 6th corner of the game. It's probably our 120th corner since we last scored from one. As long as we beat the first man, we've gone short again.
I'm a bit frustrated, actually. Ollie's brought Cavani on, but he's took Greenwood off. And considering Greenwood scored in his last game,
the corner seemed to... We just passed the ball around with the corner. It found Barnes on the far left-hand side. It looked like it was coming to nothing, but he just whips a ball in. And Pickford... Chance. and Pickford just swung an arm at it, went out from another corner. The corners came in. We're knocking it about, edge of the 18-yard box. Tielemans shoots. Goal! Pickford, you animal. That is an awful save. Pickford is going to get slated again. Pickford, wow. He should have saved that.
Is it 1-1, is it?
It's hit his hands, and it's gone in. There's no chance that should go in. Yuri Tielemans, I told you we were going to score.
I said it'll be 2-1.
Wow. Walking Paul, the ball has gone down the middle of the goal. And Pickford's lied down, put a hand on it, and it still went in. I'm
Sounds
not
like
joking. It stood still.
Pickford.
I don't know why he's dived. It's gone down the centre of the goal. If he stood still, he could have kicked it. Anything but what he's done. Pickford, I'm not even joking. You're going to see a million comments about Pickford now. Southgate's watching on. He's in the stands. He does not look happy.
I'm not surprised, really. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Pickford. I do think there's better goalkeepers out there.
We've not changed. Cengiz Under's come on. Don't know who's come off. I wasn't watching. I was talking to you about Pickford. But Under's come on. I'm guessing it would be for somebody like Albrighton, potentially. I'm just trying to look now.
So Sheffield United are going to make a change. Ollie Burke's coming on, I presume, for Sharp, I'd guess, because he's seen nothing on there. Last 5 minutes stats: 92% possession for Manchester United, 8% obviously for Sheffield United. So again, Lewis basically making a comment about our responses. Maybe we're just calm and collated, aren't we? Yeah,
it's not that. It's fully expect to score. I've been calling a Leicester goal for ages. We're not in a position where we're surprised to score a goal.
No, we're expecting
Leeds United regular with their goals. They'll go 3 games with no goals, and then they'll go and score 2 or 3.
Ball.
Nothing game. Yeah, so we're just not as surprised.
Cavani basically just puts it wide. But an absolute blinding ball by Maguire. And then Pogba puts it in. Pogba's playing a little bit better now. Yeah, it's in fairness, it wasn't anywhere near. But that's his first shot in anger, I think. A couple of comments from people about Pickford. Obviously, I've not seen it. But looking at it, it's obviously coming through.
That's what I said.
Yeah, we've got Andy's comment as well. So, yeah, Sharp's coming off, Billy Sharp's coming off, and Ollie Burke's coming on. To be fair, he's not done an awful lot right or wrong. With Sharp, he's just not been in the game. So you're fully expecting Leicester to go on and get the second goal now, yeah?
If we play how we've been playing the second half, then yeah, 100%. And I tell you what, if they keep Pickford in goal, and I'm sure they will do, because why would they change it? And we've got every chance.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Albrighton, so I'm guessing it was Under came on for Albrighton.
Under had a good game, didn't he, the other week? He looks like he's someone who could be really useful for you if you did decide to take him on permanently. I feel really disappointed that what Ollie's done is he's brought Cavani on and then he's stuck. Well, there's like, we've got a chance here. No. And he's put Rashford then on the right hand side again. And Rashford's a lot less effective now.
Everton on the break. Calvert-Lewin's got it on the wide side, played it inside. Richarlison. Calvert-Lewin took it off of Richarlison's feet there, goal kick.
At least Danny was listening to me.
No, I was listening to you. What about?
He just didn't respond.
Oh, I like Under. He's a quality player. Marcus will tell you that he was brilliant at Roma. I didn't see him at Roma.
If he was that good at Roma, then I'd be surprised that they'd let him go out on loan. Just a
We've
personal
got first refusal to buy him.
Yeah, I've no doubt that I mean, what I've seen him playing for you, he's a really good player, but clearly he didn't. Some players don't settle in certain countries, and he obviously didn't settle with Roma.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes basically their loss is your gain, really. And if you've got that deal in place to sign him, then brilliant. Martin's asking about your meatballs. How did your meatballs go down?
Mate, it was something else. I loved it. It was so nice.
You can do them on your own now, can't you?
Oh, and I'm going to watch if that's not the first meal I make. It will be when Kaylee's back.
Yeah, there you go. You see.
What we're making tomorrow, Paul?
McDonald's,
You're like, I'm not making anything. No more. Marie can cook.
That's done now for 2 years now. Wonder was meant to be a loan to buy, couldn't get it done. Well. So you won't be surprised that Martial has lost the ball again. So it's played into him and he's lost it. Sheffield United on the attack. We've not really taken it. In fact, let's cross in here. Absolutely faffing around in the defence again. Oliver Burke had a chance then, but he didn't quite get round it. Back into Oliver Burke again. It's a goal. Oliver Burke scored 2-1.
No, he hasn't.
He has 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah. First goal of the season for him.
Okay.
Just haven't been at it today. Just haven't been at it. He's changed too many players around, made two. I feel sick. Just the warning signs were there. Just no urgency. Martial sitting there, covering his arm, so much space. It
So
might
Perez,
go down his own goal.
our last two Perez and Under have been passes. Everton are breaking. They've got advantage. Richarlison's whipped it in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He rises, but Fofana beats him in the air. Fofana, all 4 foot of him, has beat Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the air. Impressive. Yeah, we've been having a bit of banter with Pickford. Our last 2 shots, Under and Perez, have been passes into Pickford's hands. Just testing his gloves out. Little ones. When Under gets the ball, he's got 2 men marking him. They're scared of him. Barnes running at the centre of defence into the box, plays it out wide for Under. Oh, that was poor. It wasn't Under either. Castagna. It wasn't good. Very open this game now. There's a goal coming.
Sorry, mate. I'm fuming. When you watch this goal back, you'll see how many times you have that space. They just, Martin's right. They just bloody stood there.
We're all over them. All over them. Maddison gets the ball. He's taken on someone. Gets a shot off. It was deflected. And Pickford's made a save. Probably could have caught it, but instead parries it. Don't blame him because his confidence ain't great. Kaglar Sayuncu is coming on now for Johnny Evans. Can only imagine that's an injury problem. Yeah, it must be from the earlier collision. He's holding his nose. Kaglar Sayuncu's come on for Leicester, and he's gone straight into the box for this corner that's now.
Tellers has just hit an absolute worldie. I don't know if there's a deflection on it, but he's just hit a shot. Yeah, there's a deflection on it, and it's just gone over. Great save in the end, but I think it's probably going to hit the crossbar. But when he first hit it, I was like, what are you doing?
Everton counter, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin is one-on-one with James Justin. He's played it backwards, gives Leicester a chance to get defenders behind the ball. We look okay now. They've passed it back. Oh, and they passed it all the way back. It's inside their own 18-yard box. Anything since the goal?
No, we've had a couple of shots. Telles had that real sort of speculative shot which went over with deflection. Corner came in, and then again it's gone wide. But I'll be honest with you, we don't deserve anything out of this, and I'm one of those people where, as I said, I'll say it out here. Sheffield United played well, and we haven't deserved anything. And I'd like to put it down to mistakes, and I do think there's a couple of selection issues. I think when you've got players playing well, why are you dropping them? But at the same time, Sheffield United have turned up. We haven't. Simple as that. No, I don't think I don't think it's that. I think simply it's a combination of thinking he can rotate people around, and it's just not worked for us. Yeah, I think it's. But again, I think Sheffield United were always going to basically obviously always going to play well at some point. What's this coming up here? Marcus watching because maybe they've got that in mind. They've got 12 minutes now.
Under, since he's came on, he's livened up the game, and he's just got a chance, and he's ran direct into the 18-yard box. He gets a shot off. It takes a big deflection. Looks like it's going in, but it's gone just wide. We have yet another corner. This is our 10th corner of the game. But as we all know, we haven't scored from a corner for 120 corners now, I believe it is. It's short again.
Cavani.
It's crossed it.
Ten minutes, and Sheffield United bring on another sub. The Goldrick's going off. Brewster's coming on. If it goes well like this last time, then it'll be 3-1 in a minute because.
Change. He looks more like a WWE character than a footballer. It's Holgate that's gone off, and it's Alex Iwobi that's come on.
Unfortunately, I don't know whose comment that is because I can't see.
No, who's comment? Messages again. Comment your name so that we know who sent that comment.
It's Carl Barrett. Carl Barrett, who's a Manchester United fan.
Yeah. Fair play though, Melton lad.
Yeah. Yeah, he's come on. He's obviously started quite a few games lately and hasn't done it. He's come on obviously as a sub, and he'll probably get himself a start next time. So
scoring the winner against United, he'll probably get himself a summer transfer off the back of that. Corner to Everton, it's whipped in, decent corner, cleared, not far though.
So this is frustrating. So Ollie's now going to make a sub and bring on Luke Shaw. So you're asking your question on why Luke Shaw wouldn't have started the game. I mean, Telles has been okay since he's come in, but Shaw's had a blinding sort of season, and the guy normally gets injured, to be fair, and he hasn't been injured. Why? Frustrating.
Right, so while we're here, let's talk about the managers then so far this season. So we both went Brendan and Ole first and second. Number 3, I've got Pep Guardiola.
If I'm asking number 3, I wouldn't put Pep at number 3.
Why not? Top of the league, like, you can't really argue with what they're doing. The top of the league, they're probably going to win the league comfortably.
Yeah, but for the same reason as why you would put Ollie at number 1. You look at the resources Manchester City have got and had, and you expect them to be there. And if Liverpool aren't on it, which they're not at the moment, then yeah, you kind of go in. Yeah, you definitely think that Manchester City should basically be there. So he wouldn't come in the top 3. I'd probably put possibly the guy from Southampton. I think Ralph Hasselhoeven. Is that what his name is? I think he's done really well. He's getting the best out of the players he's got. Really, really doing well there. So that's who I'd put in number 3. Okay.
I put Ralph Hasenhuttl number 4, to be fair, so not a bad chat anyway. Who's your number 4?
The other way around, so I'd put Pep at number 4. So I'm not going to put Pep any lower than 4, to be honest.
No. Okay, at number 5, absolutely nothing to do tonight because, to be fair, we're drawing anyway. But Carlo Ancelotti, it's hard to argue with him. Okay, Everton may have dropped off slightly, but like you said, when they go level with Leicester. Carlo Ancelotti, my number 5.
Okay, I'm going with David Moyes at West Ham. I think he's doing an absolutely fabulous job basically there. They're lying, 4th at the moment. Just behind, obviously, or just clinging into that 4th spot. What can you ask more than what David Moyes has done with West Ham?
Interesting. I like it though. Thomas Tuchel is been brilliant as well. I wrote him down actually. He was one of the players I didn't mention earlier. He wasn't in my 10, but I did write him down. Thomas Tuchel. My number 6, Jose Mourinho, for what he's able to get out of the Tottenham lads. Say what you want, but he's got the best out of Harry Kane, and I don't rate him. However, he has got the best out of him. Heung-min Son, and they're not doing too badly at Tottenham. They're in a League Cup final. So yeah.
Just a chance here for Manchester United again. Rashford playing the wrong side. Therefore, his balling is nowhere near as good. You are. Why are you playing him on that side, Ollie? Why are you doing it? Because you're trying to basically play Martial.
James Rodriguez Sigurdsson.
My next one would be Ancelotti. So he would be my next one, which is, are we on 5 now?
No, 6.
6, that's 6, yeah. So Ancelotti would be 6 for me. Followed then by Mourinho.
Okay. My number 7 is Moyes. So now I think
there's a 1v1 here situation, Ollie Burke, but again gets tackled. Maguire gets back. Sorry. You were saying, David Moyes was your number 6?
7.
7, yeah.
Right.
7 or I'm on 8, am I?
Yeah.
This is where it starts to get hard because
it's defended well. Richarlison got in behind. Castagna managed to get back, make a challenge inside the 18-yard box.
I suppose if I'm going to go for 8, then I'll go for Dean Smith. I think he's done quite well with Villa. They're starting to drop off now. But if we're taking it for the first half of the season, then why wouldn't you put him in there again? Limited budget, but obviously been up there.
Okay.
But yeah, put Dean Smith in there, 8.
Doesn't make my top 10. It doesn't.
No.
My number 8 is Richarlison has just missed a glaring opportunity from the resulting corner. It was whipped in. He should be doing better, but it doesn't. My number 8 is Bielsa. Although he's one down, with the kind of players that he's got, and I don't care if Lewis is watching. Their set of players is a championship set of players. They're not great, but Bielsa seems to get the best out of them. So he takes my number 8. Undercuts inside, gets it cut off. Tell you what, it's a good job the defender got to that first, because I don't know if Pickford would have got there. Yerry Mina has made a brilliant header to clear it. So Bielsa's my number 8. Who's your number 9?
I honestly think with what he's done, and we are now talking about the 9th choice. We're not saying he's slightly better than average for what he's done, and that's Arteta. I think he's sorting out, obviously, Arsenal to a point. I think I like the way he's doing it. I think he's not afraid to play the younger players. So, yeah, I'd go with Arteta at number 9.
Okay. My number 9 is Jurgen Klopp.
Interesting.
Is it? Because you've not said him once yet, and we're at number 9. So you think he's not almost like half of the best managers?
I think if you're basing it on club budget, where the expectation is, where they need to be, and choice of players, the reason why I don't put Klopp in there is, and I'm probably, if we've got any Liverpool fans watching like Martin, he's going to agree with me or not, but I think there's been a highly level bit of arrogance going on with Liverpool this year, where the defence side of it was obviously Van Dijk's obviously been injured, but when Van Dijk was playing alongside Joe Gomez, a lot of Liverpool fans were saying Joe Gomez wasn't good enough and Matip was injury prone. So after selling Lovren, why would you not go out and buy another centre back? If you're defending a league title, why would you not go out and buy another centre back? But no, Van Dijk gets injured, and then obviously Gomez gets injured as well. But suddenly that's the best centre back partnership they've got, which is gone. And so for me, that's a big call by Klopp, which has been part and parcel of the downfall this year. And then on top of the excuses he's been saying, an expectation is that they need to be challenging for the title. And I'm not saying they're not doing right now, but they're certainly not playing well enough, are they?
Chance, Maddison, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. He's got his back to goal. He's on the penalty spot. And he's managed to turn and get a shot off. I think it was deflected, yeah. At the time, I didn't think it was a deflected. I thought he had just smashed it over. But we have got a corner, 89th minute, 45 seconds, whipped in. Oh, it's been cleared.
So we're going into the last minute, or we've going into 90 minutes. We are going to basically win this game. We're not going to get a point from this game. We have been absolutely terrible, but just as much as we've been terrible, Sheffield United have been pretty good. So you can't complain about it.
We've got 3 minutes added on. For argument's sake, my number 10 was Arteta anyway. We've got 3 minutes added on, and we're not going to lose this game. If anyone's going to win, it will be Leicester. We're on the attack now. It's whipped in the box. Nothing happens, but it's probably more than likely just going to finish 1-1. James Justin picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Fan Mendy knocks it inside. Back out to Justin on the left. And the rest, what is it? Offside, is it? It's offside, yeah. For fuck's sake. I mean, I'd take a draw before the game. I kind of expected it to be a draw, but it's just one of them games that's probably 2 points dropped than 1 point gained.
Oh, that was dog shit. Oh.
They've given man of the match, and I can't argue with it. He has ran and ran and ran. When he picks up the ball, he runs Harvey Barnes. Everton have got Seamus Coleman down the right-hand side. They've got a corner with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
This is shocking. I just
What's that comment from Martin there?
we've got a long one here, basically, but he's a very honest Liverpool supporter. I like Martin, basically, when he comes out with, he is honest, basically, what goes on, and yeah, he just needs to get back to basics, I think, with Klopp. Incidentally, I would have put Klopp as number 10, by the way, so he wouldn't have not gone in that 10. I just think that at the moment you can't. He is underperforming, and other managers are performing better than him with the budgets they've got.
Wow. Fell to Andre Gomez at the back post with a better touch. He scores, but it sort of hits his stomach and sort of bounces off him. He must have had them meatballs tonight. Hits his stomach, it bounced off of him, and it gave Fofana a chance just to smash the ball clear. 10 seconds left. It's going to finish 1-1 there.
Oh my God! This is the problem you've got. You've got Matic, who's got all the time in the world on the ball. You know what? Absolutely, Martial just absolutely does me. He should be nowhere near this side.
I just want to use this opportunity while Paul Games finishes. Tomorrow, Liverpool v Spurs, big game. If anyone wants to come and do a watch along with me, then please let me know.
Come on. It's 30 seconds left, but there's more desire from Sheffield United. I think that's the best way of describing it. More desire, more basic hunger for it. They want the 3 points. Absolutely, that's it. It's over. It's going to go. Yeah, well done, Sheffield United. Absolutely, yeah. More desire, more wanting to win it, and they just. I'm just trying to work it out. If basically what's going through Ollie's head right now, because you talk about desire, you talk about wanting to win a game, and
Ollie out then right now.
Pardon?
You Ollie out right now?
No, not at all. I think he's going to look at some of those players, and he's going to know that he can't rely on them. The biggest disappointment with the whole thing he's done tonight is that he dropped Luke Shaw, and he dropped. There's three questionable things. Why drop Luke Shaw? Why drop? Why play Martial through the middle? Drop Cavani, and then on top of that, he's put Axel Tuanzebe in the back, and he's not played Eric Bailly, even though Bailly didn't play against Liverpool. So there's a question mark over why he's done that. But some of these players they won't touch it. So again,
is he fully fit? Is it a fitness thing? I don't understand why you play for the cup game and then not bring.
I don't even. To be fair, I didn't look at the bench to see if Bailly's on the bench. If he's not on the bench, then maybe that's what it comes down to. But if he's on the bench, which to be fair he wasn't, so maybe he wasn't fit. But you're still playing Matic, and Matic is not a player who should be in that side now. Not while you've got a fit Pogba, you've got a fit Fred, you've got a fit McTominay, you've got a fit Fernandes, you've got a fit anybody else, Van der Beek. You've got those 5 players, and then you choose to play Matic, who literally again. So you're playing our most defensive player against specifically the worst team in the league. So at the end of the day, it is what it is.
With a better goal difference and only 2 points behind City. So a draw's not the end of the world.
No.
And if Liverpool win tomorrow, they still don't go above it. So
yeah. I the expectations for me is literally. I suppose with me, it shows that we're not ready to basically challenge for this title potentially. We all knew that anyway. Really, any proper United fan would have known that. We were just basically dreaming a little bit. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think it's over. I think we'll still push, but
puts back in the title race. So.
Sorry.
It puts Arsenal back in the title race.
It puts Arsenal back in the title race as much as Manchester City want them to be in the title race, because, to be honest with them, they demolished West Brom last night, didn't they? Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Martin. Yeah. That was the. Yeah, it is, at the end of the day, it's condensed everybody up again. So it's done that same old thing. If either Liverpool or Tottenham get the win tomorrow, then both of those two will come back into it again. But I do firmly think it's Manchester City's to lose. They are playing better than anybody else, and they seem to be grinding out the better results. And Leicester will be there or thereabouts, I think, in the top four. But you're fairly similar to us. I think it's not about this year for us, and the same thing with Leicester. I think it's where you can go into next season. I know. We might sound a little bit like Del Boy and Liverpool fans of the past, where this time next year we'll be millionaires, this time next year we'll win the title, kind of thing. But genuinely,
this season, City have got a good chance this season.
Yeah.
Leicester will be up there. Liverpool will be up there.
Yeah.
Whether they're 10 points off the end of it, I don't know, but they're going to be up there. Spurs have got a chance. Like, you can't write anyone off yet, not this early. Especially this season. I say it every year, but especially this season.
Well, it's interesting enough. Spurs win their 2 games in hand, which is a big if. It then puts them on 39 points, which is the same as you, played with the same as you. So we're talking about these sides in 6th and 7th. And to be fair, they win their games, they go straight up to 2nd or 3rd. Now, the beauty about the Premier League right now, and it's great to watch, is that 2nd place can get beaten by a bottom place. Do you know what I mean? No one would have expected that. If you're basically looking at the Italian league and you go, or the Spanish league, and you go bottom team playing against someone in the top 3 or 4, you go no chance. Do you know what I mean? And that's the beauty about the Premier League, and that's why it's the most watched league in the world, and why people love it. It's so competitive. You just don't know what's going on. So yeah, am I surprised we've lost against Sheffield United today? Yeah. Do I think it can happen? Yeah, of course it can. The same way, if you went to Everton today and Everton put 5 past you, you come away going, yeah, that's not what we wanted. But you wouldn't be surprised by it necessarily from a Premier League point of view. It's just one of those things that you wouldn't expect it to happen, but you wouldn't be surprised. And
what's next up for United?
So we've got Arsenal next. So big game for me. I've got my rivalries with Liverpool and sort of other teams obviously around there as well. But Arsenal is always a big game for me.
Leicester have got Leeds. Leeds.
Yeah, see, Leeds will be a good game for you, I think, because I think you could play it through them. I think you can. Yeah, I can't see Leeds unfortunately get anything from that game. I think you'll open them up. You've got the midfield to do that, and it's a perfect game for you.
One last thing I want to do before we end the live, and this is something that I'm going to start doing on all of my lives now, and we haven't spoke about this, so I'll put you right on the spot. But what's one thing that you think the viewers need to see? It can be anything. It can be a book. It can be a piece of music. It can be a football player that no one's heard of. What's one thing that you think people need to see?
You keep breaking up. Say that again.
What's one thing that you think people need to see? It can be a book, Anything.
Jesus.
Heard of a goal. What's one thing that people need to see?
That's a question and a half, isn't it? Don't know. Manchester United win the title. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'll get shot down with that one. Mate, you can't ask me a question like that.
I've asked you it, Paul. What's one thing? What's the book that you're reading at the minute, or what's the song that you've heard that you like, or what's a funny person on TikTok that you may have seen?
Yes, yeah.
People need to go and see.
I think really at the moment.
Andy's answered it.
Yeah, I could say that. I could say. To be fair, I think that's a massive shout, because I think we do need to see cooking live. We've done two cook-alongs now in 2 days, and they've been really good to do with you, and I really think they need to be live. Maybe that one as well. There we go. We've got more comments from people. Maybe wearing a Man United shirt. I don't think it'd be that funny, actually. To be fair, I think you'd probably enjoy it secretly.
It would be great. I've got.
Con, you've had time to think about this because you're the one who's asked the question.
In terms of, I don't know. So, there's a guy on TikTok which I think is brilliant because it highlights something that not many people know too much about. But there's a guy on TikTok who actually does cooking shows. It's that one that Lewis sent to the chat earlier. I've seen him way before now. I've seen all his videos. I think he's brilliant. I think he's highlighting something that needs to be highlighted because people just do not understand it. But it's called Cooking with Tourette's. And it's basically a guy who's dinner with Tourette's. And it's just one of them things that, okay, it might be funny, but really he's just highlighting something that not many people know too much about. They just see it as things, swearing and all of that. And it's not all about that. And I think people should go and see that.
Well done. There we go. You've had time to think about it. You know what? Ask me next time. And then I'll come prepared.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to go now. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Paul.
No
shame we didn't win. I'm back tomorrow for the Tottenham-Liverpool game. If anyone wants to join, let me know, please.
It's been a pleasure. We'll speak to you soon. Cheers, man.